Mary the Fairy is back in the building. I hope y'all are all doing very well today. Today we're going to be talking about one of the topics that, out of all of the things that I have done in my life, and today this topic is actually going to be very heavy, as you've seen from the title of this video, obviously, and you would think this isn't a heavy topic to talk about, but it really is, and it gets down to the details of it. But it's something that I've been practicing for a really long time. I pulled like Okay, so basically, just the name drop. What we're going to be talking about today is moving in silence. And I practiced this. I did a moving in silence for like 2 years when I was going through like a really, 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 really intense, rough patch in my life. And it was like one of like the pinnacle and pivotal moments of my life where I was going to college and I just wanted to have like an experience, whatever that was or meant or entailed. And we're gonna be talking about some really explicit things, so please be warned. This is not for the weak-minded. If you are not ready to hear this real shit, then I suggest y'all leave, because I am not from the kindest part of town, so y'all need to buck up and settle down. So today we're going to be talking about moving in silence, and I'm going to be giving y'all 5 tips to uh, basically do it any way that you want. You can this is gonna be like the gold mine. So if y'all like this type of advice, please like, comment, and subscribe, show some love. I'm really grateful to just enjoy talking about this, because if I didn't practice this or enjoy talking about it, y'all wouldn't even get this content. So today, for tip number one, what we're gonna start off is just talking about why people move in silence, why people take breaks, why you see this your favorite artist like don't even post for 9 months. You don't even see your favorite artist post for 2 months, 12 years, and they come out with like this big major film, and they have all these books and stuff, and you wonder where they were all this time. They were obviously saving up for art, living their life. They just couldn't post it at the time because the time wasn't ready for them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, artists really think ahead of time, and I'm really speaking for the creative people. I'm speaking for the mathematicians that just think ahead. I'm thinking for the engineers that really think ahead, the digital coders that think ahead. These people they're planning things out 2 years ahead before their audience is ready to see that. So I was meditating, and I realized that a lot of the time that when you see that little Twitter post of someone being like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna leave, it's because this isn't the time that y'all grew up in, okay? This ain't the 1920s, okay? We not, you know what I'm saying? While there might not be no segregated schools and all these cowboys around and all these, propaganda this and propaganda that, we have a lot more. We are at a level of more high intelligence, because humans change. Okay, we got 2.0 something every 2 years. Okay, we change. We even know things before other people know things. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for you as a human being to just trust in your intuition. And you don't have to listen to anything. You don't have to agree with anything that I say. You don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? But this has actually saved me a couple of times, and a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm finally gonna talk about it, because guess what? A lot of the times when I was moving in silence, I was going through the most embarrassing, crazy, unpredictable, and this is why today I want to be talking about moving in silence specifically for number two. Okay, number one, you move in silence because you want to move in silence. You don't move in silence because nobody else. You don't do it because of the trend. You can't move in silence for a trend. You can do it. You can start off as it is. You can think of it. You can romanticize it. But why are you really doing it? Because of yourself. Because you like the idea that you're not going to be posting online, right? Or you're not going to post to a certain forum where you have an audience, right? You kind of want to just lay low and be invisible. So number two, how do you maintain that? You have to maintain it keep it up. It could even be 3 days, okay? It could be 3 days. It could be just turning it off in your brain. And you have to really practice how to put your phone down. You have to really practice, which being chronically online it is a thing. It is an actual accurate thing. So all I'm gonna say is when you move in silence, you aren't posting as much as you want to, basically. You think of something, your brain goes off, oh, I could, I could and I can. But the best thing for you in development is to not do it, because if you have a really big project, you won't be able to execute it if your mind's thinking of this for the next day and your mind's thinking of that for the next Instagram daily post and the next blog post. You're saving up for something bigger. And this is why for certain people, I say start at the basics first. Work on the things that you want to improve on and actually be realizing that you're doing. You have to realize that you're doing this, right? You have to realize that you're doing the thing, whatever it is that you want, whether you're reading a book on how to be good at college or you're, trying to understand yourself better. Just be aware. Just being aware is the best step I could give you. So moving in silence for the number 3, I'm going to give you all a little story time. So to finish off the story time, I did like a moving in silence thing, and that's when a lot of people started noticing me and asking a lot of questions. People will say like you go away and then you like come back. That's why my favorite artist. I love them so much because certain artists they go away and then they come back, or I'll finally be able to click on some of their work after a long period of time of not being able to see them, or my feed being oversaturated, and I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen this artist in a while. It's so great to see you, and them getting a lot bigger. It's really great actually to see a lot of artists get big and more popular, but the main take on it is that it's really crazy to sit back and go and move in silence because you see a lot more stuff happening, and it feels like all the small stuff kind of is just like the battle within the war. It's kind of just like a small little dent in like this big, what I'm saying. And the problems are still the same problems as before. Global warming is still global warming. And all that. And this is why we have to be self-aware of who you are as a person. Are you going to help the earth, or are you just going to, what I'm saying? Or just sit there. And this is where it comes down to this. Even if it happens tomorrow, even if poof, everything just disappears tomorrow, you will be very, very happy that you don't have to focus on all of these different things that don't actually really matter. Meaning, your friend posting this and your friend posting that. Like, we have a social circle. You kind of realize that you pay attention to the social circle a little differently. Trust me, when you continue to exercise moving in silence, you get better at putting down your phone. And you get better at focusing on things that are coming about. And you're able to actually connect with yourself when it comes to your intuition a lot better as well. You you might become a tree hugger, but ain't hurting any trees. For the 4th tip, which is going to be an actual tip, moving in silence, you're going to have to probably cut off some people. That's probably why you feel this way. You're not feeling this way just because. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So that means this is coming from somewhere. You might be scratching your head right now, but you got to move in silence because you don't like the people that you around. Something going on, you want to change their environment, you got to change what's up here, you got to change what's going on here in your heart, and you got to drink some water, you got to make sure you exercise and whatever it is. And this is why I practice talking, at least, because then my mind is like, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually not afraid to go exercise. I'm actually not afraid to, you know what I'm saying, do some squats. You know, I'm actually not afraid to get my life back together. Like, on a serious note. So, this is probably coming from somewhere. You might need to cut off some friends. You might need to change. You might need to move. You might need to do whatever you need to do. But it has to get done. It's time to put the foot on the gas pedal and go off. Because you ain't the same person as you thought you were. Okay? Like, come on now. When you're young, you want to grow up, and when you older, all you worried about is healing your inner child. So let's just do it now. Let's just heal now, and don't regret it, because you know you want to work on fundamental parts of yourself. And this is the thing that's about our generation and the generation that is slightly older and slightly younger than me. They completely understand what I'm talking about. They don't understand that y'all be so obsessed and gung-ho about these traditionalist, really jacked up ideals. And then y'all want to come and judge us about this new spirituality-ish. But baby, why are you acting like that? Exactly. So don't be coming on in here with none of that, because we spotting it. Some people say from the dough. No, from over yonder, from 50 miles, I be spotting that. And I move away when they're 50 miles that way, because long gone before any disaster comes up in here, any storm that comes up in here that y'all be creating in your mind and affirming all this bad shit's gonna happen. Or the one that really fucks me up the most, honestly, is the fucked up, like, y'all don't realize how powerful y'all words are. So even, this is why I don't be, like, I encourage white lies to protect yourself. But if you really trying to get to the best of me, of who I am, and trying to get to know me, and I'm making my bag right now, yo, get out of my way, bro. We at work right now. That's so unprofessional. You feel me? Like, that's just not it. So always remember that a lot of people, they can hold you back. You agreeing or continuing to agree with somebody else's mentality can hold you back from a lot. So your friends can still be your friends, but you don't have to agree with everything that they agree with. You feel me? Like, you have got to be okay with yourself, like, for real. Because people feel it, man. As soon as they even get hey, I gotta dip. This ain't for me. So, and you have, like, people, if you uncomfortable with yourself, people are gonna figure it out and find out. They're gonna know. They don't want to be around you, bro. Okay? So, yeah, I just love some good exercising. Spend time with myself. And 5, the 5th reason why you want to, move in silence. The first one, because of you. The second one, social media. The third one, you need to move in silence because you're going to find out different parts of yourself. The fourth one, the third one, you have to cut off people. The fourth one, all this and that. You're just going to find out all these different things about yourself. And the 5th one for moving in silence is because fifth reason is because I actually had it, but then I let it go. The fifth reason that you should be moving in silence is because as human beings, I got it. We are sacred. Human beings, being and existing in existence is sacred. And people tie certain things to certain people and certain labels. Let me tell you something. If people make you uncomfortable in general, remove yourself from that situation. You should not even be in, you shouldn't even, you should practice reading in silence so much that when you are at a point that you know people are trying to put you in an uncomfortable situation, you need to remove yourself from that. And you're going to have to remove yourself from that because it will always come with no negative consequences. And even though people know that, they still do a lot of jacked up shit because they have not learned from the trauma that is within themselves. And I'm really not trying to discriminate here. But full discrimination, it's mostly with men. It is mostly with the male gender. Or people who have taken on, or when it comes out inside of them, this masculine energy that still leaks toxicity, and y'all believe that therapy ain't for y'all or something, some excuse, whatever excuse it is, to not get therapy, to not actually read your favorite book, to not cook your favorite meal, and to just live unhappy. We are not in that society anymore. We have to acknowledge that we are not